You're now watching This AFC South Show, brought to you by Curtis Podcast Network, hosted by Curtis Brown, Blake Bellamy, Isaiah Michelli, and Jeff Steckel. Hello, everybody, and welcome to This AFC South Show number 92. And we're looking today to give a special reaction to the new AFC South champions, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Before we get into their coronation, let's go ahead and recap the game. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and talk about the channel. We're at 280 subscribers. We need 720 more to get to monetization. I want to go ahead and thank everybody for helping all this massive growth. I believe we're up 147 subscribers in the last 28 days. That is huge, folks. Thank you for all of your participation and comment section. That just keep lighting it up. We love hearing from you. I'm your host, Curtis Brown. With me is Isaiah Michelli, and with me is Blake Bellamy. And let's have a like goal on this episode of 85, because the current record is sitting at 84. We didn't set the record on the latest video. We set it on 2 videos ago, the reaction to week 17. So 85 is the goal. Let's make it happen, people. And with that, let's let the Jags go first.
So I just want to start off with my, I'm a little sick, so, people in the comment section don't roast me too hard.
Do you want me to do the thing for you?
No, I got it. I wasn't going to do that first. That was not the first thing. The first thing I wanted to do was go ahead and list off my MVP for the game, honestly. Todd Downing, what a guy. No, really, Josh Allen. Josh Allen really just played himself into a new contract. Honestly, the last couple of weeks he's been showing up. I think he's not playing like a top talent, though, so his contract might not reflect it. So I think we're probably looking at like a 4-year, $52 million re-sign, maybe. A little over $10 million a year with some incentives. But one forced fumble recovery for a touchdown and a sack. I mean, he had a great game. He had a couple good tackles, couple tackles for loss. But yeah, great game by him there. Having a predictable offense. What?
Did you guys not pick up his 5th-year option?
We did. This was his 5th year.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Because 2017 was his rookie season, so this was his 5th-year option. Caleb Von Chason's, I think we declined his. I don't know. Anyways, he's actually played pretty decent the last couple weeks, surprisingly. But no, I mean, great team win. I mean, Doug Peterson said it in the press conference. Defense and special teams won us this game. And like you said, it's not exactly a bad thing. Of course, we do want to see the offense roll, but we didn't win by 20 like I said we were going to. But that was mainly just me being hyped and keeping it up because I said it the past 3 weeks, and it happened 2 of those weeks. So. Just keeping that up. Defense played well. The defense has been pretty bad this season. They had they shined out a little bit in the beginning of the year, and then they've really picked it up here lately. For all those, ref deniers, and Jacksonville got the help from the refs. There was a lot of bad calls both ways. There were a lot of missed calls both ways. That was a fumble on Josh Dobbs. Just because your arm gets hit forward and then you go to throw the ball, it's still a fumble. It was a good game though. It was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Tennessee really came out and played hard. Henry getting that week of rest, you could definitely see that. And I thought it was funny, you guys. You mentioned whenever Jenkins got stiff armed, and he's okay physically, not mentally. Clearly, his mental was just fine to force that fumble at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And one thing about that is, you either play in the league, not long enough to not get stiff-armed by Derrick Henry, or you play in the league long enough to eventually get stiff-armed by Derrick Henry if he's in the league. It happens to everybody. It's happened to, the entire Jags defense a couple years ago for 99 yards.
99 yards.
But no, I mean, again, this was a good overall team win. Trevor Lawrence, he struggled a little bit. Some of his throws, I think he was a little frustrated. It was a really big game, and there's a lot going on. That defensive line for the Tennessee Titans is nasty. That front seven was getting after him all night. Like a lot of the play actions, he was getting touched, torn down, running out of the pocket. I mean, closing off the play action early to get out of there. I mean, it was a good game by both teams. There was definitely some stuff both ways that there were some dumb calls. Treylon Burks with the flip across the field was clearly a design play. Don't get it. And then
That
we're
was terrible.
we're driving down the field, no problem, no trickery, and all of a sudden we run that cute little try and reverse, and like it's a reverse, do a handoff. Why are we doing a pitch reverse from 6'6" Trevor Lawrence to 5'10" Jamal Agnew? Like, hand it off. Don't do it. Just don't do it. You know, I mean, we were playing just fine. But luckily that didn't cost us. It looked like it was going to for a little bit there, but the defense really came up big in that last little bit of the game. I mean, really the last 3 minutes is where we won the game. It wasn't like we dominated. And, you know, Tennessee, they dominated the first half pretty well, actually. Surprisingly, they moved the ball well. Defense was stopping us. Not surprisingly, the defense stopped us, but they were moving the ball good. And it was just a tale of two halves. One team adjusted and the other didn't, and it just started going the other way. So, big win for Jacksonville. First time since 2017, second time since 2010. So I mean, you know, it's huge. They actually gave Shad Khan and Tony Khan custom AFC South Championship footballs that they had made before the game, with both of their names on, like with their names on each of them, and it was really cool to see that moment. Trent Baalke is safe for another year. He's definitely coming back next year. Anybody that wanted him gone, it's too bad. I'm not on the whole fire Trent Baalke train like everybody else. He's brought in some great guys. We're the first team in NFL history to have I'm sorry, did Ingram break? Hold on, let me just real quick. Let me check that before I start saying lies and getting roasted in the comments by my people.
It's all good. Here,
nope, nope, he did not. So we are not the first team in NFL history to have 3 to 800 being added in the offseason. But Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, Evan Ingram all had career seasons this year. You know, ETN, which is more of an urban pick according to reports back in the day, but he had a great season this year. You know, defensive players, Foyesé Oluokun led the league in tackles again. Foley Fatukasi had a couple big plays. Corey Peters. I mean, there was a lot of additions that we made that, you know, really came through in the big time. So it's going to be fun. We'll see going forward, but, you know, just a big old Duval win and, you know, DTWD, baby. Duval till we die.
I'll do it for you. Duval!
Oh, God.
That was bad. That didn't sound right.
Duval! There we go. That's about as high as I can go with the frequency right now.
Yeah, I've never done that. I don't. That's
I've
why
never done
the
it.
Texans
I'm
don't.
glad we
price
didn't
it.
do
You sounded like a royal announcer. Duval.
Well, Duval.
That's how you guys should do it. You should do it British for Shad Khan.
Count Duval has. Shad Khan is not British.
No, but he owns Wembley, and
He does own Wembley.
Okay, yeah, and that's basically your second home.
The home away from home, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We're the away team. Good thing we have home field advantage. Like,
yeah, for real.
Actually, did he actually? I'm pretty sure he. No, actually, I don't think he bought Wembley. Did he?
I thought he owned it, and then
he was talking about buying it. He was trying to buy it a couple of years ago, but I think they denied him on it. Let me see here. No. That was approved a couple. Let me see.
I think a butterfly just flew through your screen.
Yeah, yeah, some sort of flying critter just.
That was kind of cool.
Zoomed by the cam.
Yeah, no, he did not. He has not purchased Wembley yet.
Okay.
He's been trying to purchase Wembley because he really likes, you know, because soccer is profitable as well. But
yeah, not a big soccer podcast here though.
No.
Especially that guy Jeff. Don't get him started. You know.
Yeah, Jeff, big soccer guy.
Yeah. All right, let's talk from the Titans' perspective, baby.
I mean, there's really nothing I disagree with what you said. I mean, Todd Downing is the reason why the Titans have lost 7 straight. Todd Downing is all Todd Downing had to do, or all the Titans had to do really was win one game of those last 8 or so, and they would have won the South. And the fact that they couldn't get 1 out of 8, that's embarrassing. Titans suck, man. Todd Downing is a complete embarrassment to this team. I was really hoping I would have woken up with some good news, and they cut Downing, but as of Sunday at 10:48 in the morning, he's still on the Titans. I was hoping they would have just left his ass in Jacksonville and made him walk, because obviously he can't drive because he got that suspended license.
Yeah,
so
Dewey on the record.
Yeah, yeah. So DUI Downing, man, he's the reason we lost, man. I was watching the game last night. We had like a little watch party going on. And even the girls that were there, they're like, why do they keep running up the middle every play? It's like, yeah, I've been saying that for a while. I was like, if girls who know nothing about football can predict this Titans offense, I guarantee that defensive coordinator knows a little bit more than those girls do.
I love that comment about Jeff Swaim. I was like, that's Jeff Swaim, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeff's no
Yeah,
87.
you were like, yeah, 87. I was watching, I was like, he's literally like, I was like watching the game and I'm like, there's 87. Like I kept noticing that too. And then you said it and I was like, okay, suspicion confirmed. It's
Yeah, if 87 is on the field, it's a run play. Or sometimes, if Todd Downing wants to feel a little frisky, if he's had a couple drinks, maybe a play action.
yeah, play action that leads to a swing route out of the backfield on 4th and 12. So,
So I don't want to come off here complaining too much, but let me do it. So
This is the time to do it.
So I try not to be too negative, even though it's been hard not to for the last 7 weeks because Titans have just been so bad. I feel like a broken record because it is Downing. It is his fault. The Titans are way too talented to have lost this many games in a row. Even with all the injuries, I would take the Titans injured roster over at least 10 fully healthy teams, which is crazy to say. Definitely not Jacksonville because Jacksonville's got some talent, but I'll get on that later. But it's bad when you have a healthy roster for the Titans. This is the healthiest the Titans have been all year, week 18. And you throw out Jeff Swaim and Racey McMath on the field instead of Chigo Okonkwo and Treylon Burks, your draft picks that are the only ones that are good on this team. It blows my absolute mind. The offensive line actually did a little better than I expected, even though Dennis Daly is just so bad, dude. There was like a 40-yard Derrick Henry run that was called back. It was the biggest play of the game for both teams. It was called back on a holding penalty that was completely useless. He did not need to hold that dude. I don't even remember who he held.
I thought it was a house call because he ran completely opposite side of him. But I thought, like, when Derrick Henry started going, he stiff armed the one dude. I was like, oh, he's his touchdown. But
it was so bad. The offensive line, I like Roos. He was playing at right guard. He used to be on Seattle for a while, and he's good. And I don't understand why Titans never really played him.
You guys elevated him right before the game, didn't you? Wasn't in the practice squad?
Yeah,
he was one of those standard elevations.
There was you get 4 a game, they're 5 a game, something like that.
Yeah, and I think he played last week too against Dallas.
Each player on the practice squad can be elevated 3 times.
Oh no, I'm talking about like your actual active roster is what 50 or 47, 48, and then you get to choose 3 or 4 that but there was. You guys had 2 offensive linemen that were activated right before the game, didn't you?
Or 11 the center as well.
They were your best 2 players, honestly.
They were. I agree.
Good.
Yeah, Levin. I like Levin. He's been on the Titans on and off for honestly the last like 5 years. Always a practice squad dude. He'll bounce around. I think he bounced around like the Panthers, the Patriots, and like the Bears. And he always ends up back in Tennessee. And I want him back next year. I would be okay with him as like the penciled in starter next year at center. I'm assuming Ben Jones retires. But I mean, obviously I want someone better than Levin. But if not, he's a solid backup and he can play anything on the interior offensive line. He can play both guards and center, which is very valuable. And then Roos, I mean, dude's like, he's like 6'14". He's so tall and he's so gigantic. And I want that dude on the team. Like he's so much better than Brewer, who Brewer's my size. And it's embarrassing. But the offensive line did okay. I think the Titans, they killed themselves. Like you said, they looked really good in the first half. This should have been a win. It was like 10-0, I believe. And like, wow, Tennessee is actually looking good. Dobbs looked okay. I mean, Dobbs is what he is. I don't want him. I mean, I'm fine with him being a backup, but he's not the starter. Defense. I don't know, man. Defense, they did all right. They just keep giving up the big play, and I'm so tired of seeing that. Anytime it's 3rd down and whatever, it could be 3rd and 1, it could be 3rd and 12, and the Titans are going to let it up. The Titans have no 3rd down defense, and it's embarrassing. I think Christian Fulton did okay. I feel like the secondary generally did all right. The pass rush did well, but there's just no speed, man. I love Jeffrey Simmons, but he's just not fast. He'll dominate you. He's a good bull rusher. He's very powerful. But if you have to chase down any kind of semi-athletic quarterback, he's not going to get you. Yeah. And Trevor Lawrence, his athletic ability is very underrated. That guy's quick. And he can escape the pocket, and he can do whatever he can to throw that ball away. And it was showed on display yesterday, man. Titans need some speed. I know Harold Landry was down for the year with a torn ACL at the beginning of the season, and he's our speed guy. But still, you need more than that. It was a rough game. It was an ugly game on both sides of it. I am happy, though, with how Tennessee played this week and last week against Dallas. But still, man, you can't be happy with the loss. I expect there to be a lot of changes. I don't think Vrabel's going to be gone unless it's like an ultimatum. Like, I have to have Downing. And if that is the case, I'll cut Vrabel. Let's throw in all our money for Sean Payton or something, or the Lions offense coordinator. I would love him as our head coach.
Speaking of Sean Payton, the Broncos have officially reached out. Yeah. So I don't necessarily think that the Broncos are a better situation than what the Titans have, but
we'll give you guys our quarterback, man.
I think Sean Payton would probably help out Russell Wilson a lot, though.
Oh, yeah.
At least, I don't know. I feel like Russell Wilson, I know it's not about a Broncos podcast, but Russell Wilson, man, his decision-making was so bad this past year. Dude, which I don't know if that's coachable, but my God, that was bad.
Sean Payton made it to where Drew Brees was an NFL elite quarterback, and he couldn't throw the ball more than 10 yards like the last couple years. So, I mean, like, yeah, he's definitely going to help whatever quarterback he goes to. But I don't know. I don't have any faith in the Broncos or Russell Wilson anymore. All right, so we're talking about changes in the Titans. So let's ask this question.
Yeah.
Henry and Tannehill, is this their final seasons in Tennessee?
I hope not. I want Tannehill back. This may be an unpopular opinion, but I want Tannehill back. I also want Derrick Henry back. I think there's a few key players the Titans have to keep. One of them, I think, is Henry. Tannehill, I do think Tannehill needs to come back. Kevin Byard needs to come back. Jeffrey Simmons has to come back. And then Ryan Stonehouse. I think those are the 5 guys you build around.
I would say
anyone else can go.
I just want to throw in there, too. I would say Tart and Jair Tart and Danico Autry are both. I mean, that whole offensive line or defensive line unit there. I mean, dude, Tart was going crazy last night.
Tart is so good.
How old is he? Is he like 24, 23?
Yeah, he was an undrafted rookie. So yeah, he's young. Okay. I think this is his 3rd season in the NFL.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was playing really well.
He's probably going to get paid this offseason by somebody. And I have a very bad feeling he's not going to be in Tennessee next year.
Would you move on from Bud Dupree?
Yeah, I don't want to. I think his contract makes it where you have to. He's very good. I do like Bud Dupree a lot. Whenever he's on the field, the Titans play better on defense, and that's really no question. It is the availability. If you're paying somebody it is. If you're paying somebody $22 million a year to play 6 games, like, it's a bad business decision. Even if we win those 6 games, 6-10 or 6-11, whatever it is, like, that's not good. Unfortunately, yeah, I think he's a cap casualty. So Bud Dupree's probably gone. I'd be shocked if he came back.
Yeah.
And honestly, though, which is unfortunate too, one of the things that J-Rob did before he left is he extended Amani Hooker. And he gave him he threw the bag at him, man. It was a terrible deal, which I liked Amani Hooker, but you don't pay a safety like $40 million and be like, oh, I can't afford to pay Jeffrey Simmons. Like, Jeffrey Simmons is much more valuable than Amani Hooker is. And Amani Hooker's okay. But he's good to let up a big play, and he did that I think twice yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's like it's sad, and I don't think we can get out of that deal. So I know he's going to be back next year, which is unfortunate.
All right. Well, let's shift now back to the Jaguars, and first let's just talk about, since 2017, this is their first division title. This is what, 4 overall. Number 4, right?
No. Well, in the AFC South, I think it's 4 or 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we had 1 or 2 whenever it was still the Central.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, because you guys went to the AFC Championship game in 90.
Yeah, your first year, right? You guys won the Central.
96. So 95, no. 96, the second year, we started out what 4-6 or something like that, and then won the rest, like one out and then went. And then 97 was the year when we went to the AFC Championship. And then the Titans. No, it was the Titans that beat us that year, right?
No,
Yeah,
the
because you
Titans
guys
were the Oilers at that point.
Well, yes, the Oilers, but they're the ones that beat us, and then yeah.
And I think you guys won the Central as well the year that you guys went 14-2, but lost every game to the Titans because we beat you guys. Both
Yeah.
we swept you guys and then beat you.
That was 90. That was the 98 playoffs. That was the 97 season, though, wasn't it?
I don't know. I didn't watch football then, so I was too young.
I don't know. I got the 97 Tennessee Oilers poster up here on my wall, and nobody could see it, but it's fine. Regardless, hats off to the Jaguars for getting it done this season. Rattling off, what was it, 7 wins out of the last 10 games. So that's a pretty solid output there. So you're in the playoffs, you're the 4 seed, you got a home game. The options that you're going to play are either the Chargers or the Ravens. If the Chargers win,
Ravens.
Playing the Chargers. If the
I want
Chargers
the Ravens.
lose, you're playing the Ravens.
That's what I want.
I would want the Ravens if I were you too.
I want the Ravens.
I hope the Jags win Super Bowl. I'm very partial to like out of the other AFC South teams, I hate the Colts, number one. I also hate the Texans because Deshaun Watson, you guys kept killing us for like 6 years straight. It was bad. And the Jaguars have always kind of sucked. So I'm like, all right. And I also liked Maurice Jones-Drew, and I liked
Fred Taylor, Jamie Smith.
Yeah, Fred Taylor, and I liked David Garrard and Byron Leftwich. So I've always kind of been a fan of the Jags, but I mean, obviously I'm Titans fan, so I hate you guys too.
Good thing this is recorded.
No, it's true. There's a lot of Jaguars fans or players that I've actually liked. So
I'm a big running back fan. So like
we are big running.
Yeah. Tennessee with Henry, like I love Henry. Henry's great. I'm a big power back fan, especially. So like right up my alley.
Yeah, I'm a big running back guy, and you guys always had good running backs. So I am happy that if the Titans weren't going to win the South, I'm glad it was Jacksonville. I'm just very happy it wasn't Indianapolis. I hate Indy.
Yeah, no extra reasons to give those fans excitement.
Yeah, they're terrible fans. I mean, there's some I like.
Not all of them. Jeff's cool.
Jeff's okay. But now Jeff, there's a few guys in like the AFC South trash talk league I like a lot. But no, I'm glad Jacksonville won the South. It wasn't Tennessee.
Yeah.
You guys deserved. You guys gone through enough stuff.
Yeah, they went through an Urban Meyer season, which is more than you should wish on anyone.
Crazy.
I'm impressed. You guys went from worst. I mean,
literally,
8-9. That's not a good record. Or what were you guys? What's your
9-7,
9-8,
9-8. Yeah, like that's
great. 8-8. Yeah, 9-8.
Like still, you still won the South. You're still better than the.
Hey. From 3-14 to 9-8, I'll take it.
Very impressive. I did not expect you guys to win the South. I thought it was gonna be Tennessee or Indy. So good job, man. You guys deserved it. Good job.
Yeah. Hats off to Indy for
imploding. They pulled an Urban Meyer this year, man. They looked bad.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. All right. I think I don't really have anything else. We're just gonna be watching games, seeing where everything unfolds for the Jags. And I guess we'll be keeping our eyes on the ticker, seeing if Downing gets fired.
God, I hope so.
But I think we're at the end here. So do we have any final comments, boys?
So I did have a dude on Twitter that I met from Jacksonville. He's a Jacksonville fan. He does like edits and stuff. He's been doing the Jay Villains edits. And he did one for me of Jackson Dayville in the Speedo. And it's the Christmas edition. So it's got like the Santa hat over instead of the Speedo. And I did say I would give CT Jags fan a shout out on this reaction. What a great guy. He's got some great edits. Go check him out if you like edits. Jacksonville Twitter's been great, man. I'm starting to get on there a little bit. Again, Josh Allen, week MVP. But no, I mean, I'm super excited for this one and, glad to be on the podcast as well. So
hell yeah.
Here we are.
Happy, brother. Blake, do you have an MVP for your Titans this week?
I would give it to. It's gonna say again, broke the record, man. I gotta give it to Ryan Stonehouse. He broke the 82-year record for the longest punt average in NFL history.
Absolutely amazing.
He is, man. He booted it like his first punt went 59 yards. I'm like,
Mhm.
that's my boy right there.
Mhm.
Yeah, so shot kicking Wallen. I also think Derrick Henry has to be in consideration for MVP, even though he
Mhm.
fumbled it again. He was fighting hard, man. He really was. I mean, he was very frustrated. I think he was very frustrated by a lot of the play calls, and
Yeah.
he did stiff arm Rayshawn Jenkins into like another hemisphere. That was pretty great to see too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Titans they look bad. There's really nobody that really stood out except for Ryan Stonehouse.
Mhm. Yeah, it's crazy. We both have, so like Logan Cook and Stonehouse are both top 5, I believe, in average yards per punt. Because I think Cook's at 52 or 53, and then Stonehouse is what, 59, 58? What's he at?
I don't know.
He's up there.
Are you talking about
He's up there.
averages?
Yeah.
No, it's not average. Average.
yeah, Stonehouse is like
at
53.
54.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the record. It's like 53, 54.
Yeah, because I know Cook's at 52 something, and then yeah, Stonehouse is up there, so that's pretty cool.
But you never want your punter to break records like that. But I'll take it, man. I'll take it.
For real. All right. Well, folks, thanks for watching. Go ahead, hit the like and subscribe button. We got an 85 like goal on this episode. We're still trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, 720 away. Trying to make that money. All right. So this has been the reaction to the Jags and the Titans AFC South Championship game in Week 18. Thank you all for watching, and be good people.
It was always a Jags.